About a month ago, I brought you guys a video talking about some very surprising news. The long defunct Pebble brand of watches is actually coming back. Google did something very cool as they are now the owners of Pebble OS. They made it open source so that anybody can tinker with it. And tinker with it they have. Eric Mijakovsky, if I'm remembering how to pronounce that correctly from that video. Of course, he's one of the founders of Pebble. They have now launched the Core 2 Duo and the Core 2 Time. They are up for pre-sale right now. If we take a closer look here, what you're going to see is a device that looks basically identical to the old Pebble devices, as you see, like Pebble 2, but better. The basic one for $149 has a 1.2-inch black and white e-paper screen, polycarbonate frame, barometer, and compass. It's going to do things like step tracking, but look at this. For both of the models, we'll talk about them here in a second, 30-day battery life. That's fantastic. For the Core Time 2, $225. A bigger screen, 1.5-inch. It is also a color e-paper screen. It has a touch screen. So with the cheaper model, it's all buttons. This one does indeed have a touch screen in addition to buttons on the side. Metal frame in multiple colors. Heart rate monitor like Pebble Time 2, but better. Of course, they are both running the newly open source Pebble OS. They both do have step and sleep tracking, but like I said, only the more expensive one has that heart rate monitor built in. 10,000 plus watch faces and apps, because yes, all the old stuff from Pebble, the stuff people made all those years ago, all that stuff's going to work just fine. So instantly you have over 10,000 apps and watch faces that will be available. They're all going to be old, but they will be there. If we scroll down, we can see that the Core 2 Duo is now pushed out to August. It is into batch 2. If you get it in white, there are about 1,400 of them left that will be shipping in July, batch 1. I've already pre-ordered one in black. I was in the first batch, so hopefully it does ship sometime in July, and I can actually bring you guys a review of it. And then the Core Time 2 is still in batch 1, about 6,400 left. Going to be shipping in December. So if you want one sooner, you're going to be going with the cheaper model. We'll quickly look at their blog post here. Why are we making new Pebble-like smartwatches? And basically he says that there were a few things that he just really wanted in a watch, and no one had done those things yet. How about an always-on e-paper screen? How about super long battery life? A month of battery life is amazing. Simple design, physical buttons, and it's going to be hackable. No smartwatch on the market since Pebble offers this combination of features until today. But they're not exactly like the old ones. They do have, they say, some improvements over the Pebble 2. So we've mentioned the battery life is 4 times longer. We have a new Nordic BLE chip. We have a speaker, which might be useful. Linear resonance actuator. It's quieter and stronger than a vibrating motor. That's cool. A lot of cheaper smartwatches, man, the vibration motors can be so loud and not even very powerful. So I'm hopeful that that's going to feel really good. More reliable buttons, barometer and compass sensors. But beyond that, they say it's basically going to be just like a Pebble 2. For the Core Time 2, he says this is his dream watch. It's everything the Pebble Time 2 was going to be and more. Absolutely fantastic. Flat glass lens, touchscreen, heart rate monitor, standard 22 millimeter strap. Like, I'm very excited for all of this stuff, guys. A few little odds and ends here that they mention in this software section. All the stuff you're expecting: receiving notifications, timeline, watch faces, alarms, timers, calendar, music control. Music control is a big one. Basic fitness tracking, etc. It's all going to be there. You're going to have all those things, all those old applications at apps.rebel.io. Some things might not work. It says access to web services may no longer exist. And of course, they're going to be publishing a companion mobile app for Android and iOS whenever these things actually start shipping. I love this little section at the end too. You shouldn't get one if you need a perfectly polished smartwatch. This project is a labor of love rather than a startup trying to sell millions of watches. And I think that's really smart. I think a big reason why Pebble eventually failed was they tried to be something that they weren't. This seems like they are recognizing what they're going to be better at, and they're just doing that. Things could break. Things could not last as long as you like. This is a labor of love. It's a small project. If you're looking for a fitness or sports watch, that is not what they're trying to make. And honestly, that's kind of where I'm at too. I find myself kind of liking to have all the tracking stuff, but then I never actually use that data for anything, so I'm totally okay with that. Or if you're comparing this to an Apple Watch, there is no way for a third-party smartwatch to compete with an Apple Watch. Apple restricts third parties in major ways, so if you're an Apple user, you got to be very much aware of those restrictions. But at any rate, guys, it's time, it's now. You can go pre-order these things right now if you want to, and you'll be getting them sometime, presumably, in the year 2025, maybe slipping into 2026 if you go with the Core Time 2. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to go ahead and grab one yourself. It seems like quite a few people already have, so that's definitely really cool to see. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.